Every single day, millions of people tilt their faces toward their family dog that licks feces, eats dead things, and sniffs every filthy surface it passes, and let that same tongue make full contact with their lips, nose, face, or any other part of their body. The tongue comes toward you, and you just let it happen, because someone told you it was fine, that the dog is vaccinated, that the licks were harmless, maybe even healthy, and you believed it, because it felt warm. It felt like love. But here's what that tongue is actually carrying: suspicious bacteria from feces, parasites, and microorganisms picked up from every surface your dog explored that day, all transferred directly onto your skin. Capnocytophaga, a bacteria living in almost every dog's mouth that can cause blood poisoning in humans. Pasteur-Ella, linked to severe skin infections within hours of contact. E. coli and Salmonella, picked up directly from feces and transferred straight onto your face. And Toxocera, a parasite from dog intestines that, once inside a human body, can travel to the eyes and may cause blindness. These aren't rare. These aren't edge cases. Researchers found these in ordinary, healthy, vaccinated dogs, the kind people call family pets. And every single lick transfers up to 100,000 bacteria per milliliter of saliva, directly onto your skin, your lips, your mouth. In 2025, researchers swabbed real dogs, cultured what they found, and published the results. The phrase they used was not clean or safe. It was a complex ecosystem of trillions of microorganisms. And that is just the beginning. Welcome to canine psychology. What comes next will change something you do every single day without thinking twice. Stay with me, because this video going to explain shocking truth. You let this happen every day. And what entered your body through that moment is genuinely the same thing. A dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's. People say it like it's settled science. Like someone proved it somewhere. But it isn't a fact. It never was. And the moment you look at what real lab research has actually found inside a dog's mouth, that belief doesn't just fall apart. It collapses into something that will make your skin crawl. This video is not about making you fear your dog. The bond is real. But there is a difference between loving your dog and knowing the full truth about what physically enters your body when that tongue makes contact with your face. If your stomach isn't slightly turning right now, let's get into what's actually crawling inside that mouth. They told you it was clean. The actual science is stomach turning. Here is what most people never think about. A dog's mouth is not a simple, clean environment. It is not fresh. It is not safe by default. Researchers who have studied canine oral microbiota describe it using one specific phrase: a complex ecosystem. That is the exact language used in a 2024 peer-reviewed published in Biosciences and Biotechnology research by colleagues at King Abdulaziz University in KSA. A complex ecosystem containing not dozens, not hundreds, but trillions of microorganisms. Some harmless. Some are not. And that same 2024 review confirmed clearly that a dog's mouth is not inherently cleaner than a human's. Not a blog post. A peer-reviewed scientific publication. But knowing the myth is false is just the beginning. Because what researchers found when they looked closer is where this gets genuinely, physically revolting. What they pulled out of those dogs' mouths in a KSA lab. Researchers from University of KSA published a study in the Journal of Science. They swabbed real dogs, collected real saliva samples, and identified exactly what was living inside. The bacteria isolated included Klebsiella pneumonia, Escherichia coli, Staphylococcus aureus, and Staphylococcus pseudointermedius. These are not rare organisms found only in sick animals. These are bacteria that cause pneumonia, urinary tract infections, bloodstream infections, serious, destructive tissue damage, bacteria that have put people in hospitals, bacteria that have killed people, found living inside the mouths of ordinary, healthy-looking pet dogs. But it was not just their presence that the researchers flagged. It was what those bacteria did when tested against antibiotics. The results showed resistance to approximately 83% of antibiotics tested, resistant to penicillin G, resistant to erythromycin, resistant to ampicillin. Your dog licks your face. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria enter your mucous membranes. And the drugs your doctor would normally prescribe may not work. That is not a theoretical risk. That is what the lab samples showed. Here is the part that will make you rethink every single lick you ever allowed. A dog's oral microbiota is constantly shifting, influenced by what the dog eats, what they sniff, what they lick off the ground, off other animals, off feces, off dead things, off surfaces you would never put near your own face. A 1990 study at the University of California, Davis by researchers Hart and Powell tested canine saliva directly against known bacterial pathogens. Dog saliva does have some bactericidal properties, specifically against E. coli and Streptococcus canis. So people who say dog saliva has protective properties are not entirely study wrong. Found canine saliva had almost zero meaningful effect against Staphylococcus. And Staphylococcus was isolated from 46% of all dog wound samples in that research. Nearly half. The one organism dog saliva cannot touch is also the one most commonly found in their mouths. Stop. What you are about to read happened to a real baby. And the only thing that caused it was a lick. The 2024 review from King Abdulaziz University was clear. These bacterial infections do not require a bite. They can transmit through direct saliva contact, through the mucous membranes of the mouth, nose, and eyes. A 1989 letter published in the Canadian Veterinary Journal by Dr. Tammemagi identified the highest risk groups: very young children, the elderly, pregnant women, and anyone immunocompromised. These are people living in ordinary homes with ordinary dogs. Letting the licking happen every single day because nobody ever told them there was a devastating reason not to. What if the licking was never love? What if it was your dog screaming for help in the only language they have? In 2012, a research team at the University of Montreal published a clinical study in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior. They studied dogs exhibiting excessive licking behavior. Most owners assumed it was a behavioral quirk, but after full gastrointestinal diagnostic evaluations, endoscopy, biopsies, blood panels, ultrasound, 14 out of 19 dogs, 74%, had identifiable gastrointestinal disorders. These dogs were not licking out of affection. They were licking because their bodies were in physical distress. And when those conditions were properly treated, 53% stopped the excessive licking entirely. The licking was never behavioral. It was a symptom of suffering. 2 babies. No bites. No scratches. Just a lick. Documentation cited 2 cases of bacterial meningitis in infants, one 5 months old, one 5 weeks old, both caused by Pasteur-Ella multifidi, present in 12 to 55% of healthy dogs showing no symptoms. The transmission in both cases was identical. The family dog had licked the baby's face. No bite. No broken skin. A total of 9 meningitis cases in children ranging from 3 days to 16 years old, all following non-traumatic pet saliva contact. 3 adjustments. Every day you skip these is another day antibiotic-resistant bacteria are making contact with your face. First, if very young children, elderly family members, pregnant women, or anyone immunocompromised are present, face licking stops completely. Second, wash your hands with soap and water after every dog contact, before you touch your face, before you eat, before you touch anyone vulnerable. Third, take excessive licking seriously. It is a potential medical signal from a dog in physical distress. Get a veterinary evaluation. The most dangerous things in life are never the ones that feel threatening. They are the ones that feel like love. Your dog loves you with everything they have. That love is real. That bond is real. But love without truth is just comfort built on ignorance. Now you know what's actually happening every time that tongue makes contact. Now you can make a real choice, not out of fear, but out of understanding. Because knowing the truth doesn't make you love your dog less. It makes you protect them, and yourself, better. If this video changed the way you see that one simple moment, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who lets it happen every single day without knowing why they shouldn't. Subscribe to Canine Psychology, because the truth about the animal you love most deserves to be. We don't comfort you with myths. We tell you what the science actually says, even when it's the last thing you wanted to hear. That's all, see you soon. Bye.